Hey, you guys. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. We're going to be talking about the latest drama going on with Janelle, outside of the fact that she just sent Jace to live with his dad, Andrew Lewis. But the drama that's been going on ever since Nathan was arrested. So Janelle's baby daddy, Nathan Griffith, was arrested earlier this month. Him and his girlfriend, Anastasia Biddle, they have been dating since November. And now all kind of drama is coming out. Like Nathan was married to a woman named May. Nathan ended up with Anna and told Anna that he was already separated and that his wife was toxic and all these things. Had Anna believing that he was already like split from the wife. But from now, what is being said, like according to May, like she left to go on some sort of vacation and she came back and her husband was with someone else. Either way, Nathan in his relationship with Anna was very public. He would constantly post on his social media, them being all in love. She would post a lot, pictures of them, seemingly very happy together. Now, not long into the relationship, people started worrying about the relationship because Nathan would post things about how he covers Anna's eyes when they're watching a movie and it shows a scene of a man getting undressed. How they only have eyes for each other and they cover each other's eyes. And he made posts saying that he follows no other female on social media and that his girlfriend follows no other guy on social media. And there's no reason to, if you respect your partner, there's absolutely no reason to follow any person of the opposite sex if you're in a relationship. So people started getting a little like, like Nathan, this is a little on the controlling side. And people kind of worried that Nathan's girlfriend could be at risk because she is younger. She's 21 years old, started dating in November. And then here we are just a few months later, 6-7 months later, and he has been arrested for DVing her by strangulation, the exact same way that he has been arrested in the past. He has been arrested. This is the third time that he's been arrested for DV by strangulation. He's been arrested for DV 4 times in total, but 3 times for strangulation, right? So this is like his thing. When he rages, that's, I guess, the move that he makes. I don't know. Now, after he was arrested, Anna immediately done. And Anna has said in her live streams that that's one thing she will not put up with. Like, she can put up with some things, but a man putting his hands on her is one thing she will absolutely not stand for. And she said, she had no idea who Nathan was. He liked that she did not know who he was. And after they started dating and he told her who he was, he would tell her, sorry guys, I got something in my eye. He would tell her things about his past and troubles that he had been in, but it was always he was the victim. In every situation, he was the victim. And she said she believed him because he did not show her that he was like a dangerous person. He did admit to having some issues with alcohol, but as far as like the DV charges, everything was someone else's fault. But she said like everything was like good and normal and fine. So when he explained things with what happened with him and May was toxic. She was a bad person. It was a hostile relationship. She said she believed it. And when he would explain things about what happened with, these other arrests, she believed it. She believed that he was a good guy, right? However, right after her family left to go on a vacation, he attacked her. He started drinking, and that's the same thing he did with his sister. So Nathan was living with his sister last year, and he was trying to stay sober. And right after his sister's husband left to go out of town for work, Nathan started drinking, started threatening her, become violent, threatened to unalive her. Her family leaves to go out of town, and he starts drinking. They get into it, and he assaults her. They actually get into it. She goes to her car to call his mom. And when she is on the phone with his mom, he comes to the car, takes the phone, goes back up to the apartment, like hangs up, then goes back downstairs, gives her the phone back, and tells her, if you, will you come up come back up to the house? I don't know why I keep saying apartment. Will you come back in the house? And she was like, no, I'm not going in the house. Like, one of us needs to leave. And he says, I will leave if you come inside and cuddle with me one last time. So she says, okay. She goes inside to cuddle with him one last time. And she said that's where things turn scary. Once she was inside laying down, he jumped on top of her, put his hands around her neck. He would hold her neck for a minute and then grab her hands, probably because she was like moving her hands a lot, trying to fight him. So he would grab her hands and then he would put his hands back around her neck. And after a minute, so the house was not in his name. I think it's Anna's family's home. So she was finally able to like break free and she left, called the cops. At that point, Nathan called Janelle and told Janelle, like, oh, I gotta leave, like me and Anna just got into it. I need to leave before the cops get here. And he allegedly told Janelle, I didn't hit her, I didn't cheat on her. Like it was just an argument, but she's freaking out and I gotta leave. Well, Anna actually like waited outside the house for the cops to get there. The cops got there and were talking to her and like getting her statement when the Uber pulled up to get Nathan. And Nathan opens the door to go out to the Uber, sees the cops, goes back in the house, shuts the door, and will not come outside to talk to the cops. He did talk to the cops on the phone at some point, and they tried to get him to come outside. He would not. They ended up going into the house and arresting him. Anna had, according to the police reports, Anna had marks on her neck that was consistent with, and she also had like marks on her bicep. So he was arrested, right? The very next day, after news breaks about the arrest, Janelle does her little TikTok video where she's telling everybody, so happy to tell everybody that Nathan turned to her. In his time of need, he called her. Now, what's so funny is she admits that Nathan has not seen his child in 2 years. She was like, yeah, he hasn't seen Kaiser in 2 years, but I was going to let him come stay at my house for a little bit until we could figure something out, let him sleep in Kaiser's room, so he could try to, work on his relationship with Kaiser and just until we can get something figured out. And then she laughs. Well, she says, but he never got to do that because cops got him first. And she laughs. And she's like, sorry, it's not funny. Whatever. So she literally was just like so happy to like brag about the fact that he called her. I think Janelle loves that. I think Janelle loves the fact that like in his time of need, he went to her. But the only reason he went to her is because he had nobody else. Like he had nobody else in that area to call that he could probably go to them. Either way, since then, Anna has gotten a restraining order on Nathan. The judge placed one on Nathan. He cannot contact Anna, but Nathan's wife, May, and Janelle have now decided to like bully and harass and attack Anna. Anna went live for the first time on Instagram like a couple of days after it happened, just because she said like her people are out of town. She is used to being like with her mom, with Nathan, like always having someone with her. But now all of a sudden, Nathan's in jail. He's gone. Their relationship is done. Her mom's gone out of town. So she decided to do a live and just kind of like hang out. Well, Janelle and her friend Roundup jumped into the live pretty quickly talking about Nathan. And she wasn't even really talking about Nathan at first. Anna wasn't. She was like, not answering questions, like not want to talk about it, just not wanting to be lonely. Janelle and Ryan kept bringing Nathan up. And Janelle would say things like, basically telling her that she wasn't innocent, that they were both at fault. And Ryan would like, but what do you hope to gain out of this? Like, why are you jumping on a live talking about this? And I remember being like, she wasn't even talking about it until you guys came in bringing it up. But if you're in the chat constantly bringing it up, like, what do you want her to do? Since then, it's just gotten worse and worse and worse for Janelle. She literally showed up at Anna's house. Janelle and May showed up at Anna's house wanting Nathan's things, wanting his wallet and his phone. Anna did a live, and I have some of it recorded, and I'm going to show you guys what she had to say. My thing is like, May, he left you for Anna. So why are you helping him out now? Why are you all of a sudden allowing him to run back to you? May, like you may be his wife, but I would be like, no way. Now that you're in jail and she got an RO on you, don't come crawling back to me because I'm not going to be second best. I don't come second to nobody. And it was very obvious and apparent that Nathan chose Anna over May. And the only reason Nathan is now talking to May and Janelle and trying to get help from them is because Anna has cut him off completely. If Anna was willing to drop the charges and continue on with this relationship, Nathan wouldn't be talking to May or Janelle. So it's really crazy that, like, these two girls now, all of a sudden, they are, defending Nathan and bullying this 21-year-old. And there is an RO, and Janelle basically, from what I'm reading, Janelle Nathan could have violated it, and Janelle may be the reason he gets busted for it. Because on Janelle's post, people are asking, like, why did you go to get his things? Like, it's not your business. Why did you go? And she's like, well, Nathan asked us to go. And I was reading online, because if you have an RO, you cannot tell somebody to go to that person's house to get your things. You can't do that. So Janelle may be the reason, well, Nathan himself, as well as Janelle, may be the reason that Nathan gets revoked for an RO violation. So let's watch what May has to say. She's talking about what happened. And then there's a few other clips that Teen Mom Reality has that we're going to watch. And then we're going to look at all of Janelle's posts, that while Janelle is literally dealing with, Jace missing, Jace running away, missing for days, and then getting shipped off to live with his dad, Janelle's involved with drama regarding Nathan. Makes no sense. But this was one of May's lives where she talked about Janelle and May showing up at her house.
It was what happened on a Wednesday. Thursday, she made the video. Friday, I went live. Did I go live Friday or Saturday? Okay, I don't know what day, but it was the day after I made the live. She showed up around 2:00 in the afternoon with May and Janelle with an officer asking about Nathan's things.
Okay, and someone said because they brought an officer, it must have been okay. Like, oh, they must have had permission if they brought an officer. Well, remember what happened with David Easton going out to the property with the officer? Sometimes officers don't have all the information. Sometimes they don't have the correct information. So here's what I'm just imagining my theory is. May is still his wife. I have a feeling May went to the police department or called the police department and said, hey, my husband is in jail, but he wants me to go get some of his things from the house that he was staying at when officers picked him up, like his wallet, his phone. Can I go there and get them, and can I have an escort? And if she would have went about it that way, saying, I'm his wife, he is in jail, he wants me to go get things from the last place that he was staying at or the place that he was staying at when he got arrested, they would have said, sure, fine, not a big deal. However, if May would have said, hey, my husband, he got arrested and he's been charged with DV, and he is telling me to go to the girl's house that he is in jail for DVing, who has an RO against him. He wants me to go to her house to get some of his things. I have a strong feeling that they would have said, sorry, you can't do that. There's an RO in place. You can't go to her house. She is the victim of a crime he committed against her. So he cannot send you over there to get anything. Gonna have to wait until he gets out of jail, gonna have to wait until he has a court hearing, or maybe he can let his lawyer know and his lawyer can contact his mom or something like that. Nathan cannot send word to anyone to go to May's house on his behalf. That is a violation of the protective order. But someone thought just because they had an officer go with them that it must have been fine. But more than likely, they did not tell the officer all the info.
Janelle showed up at your house with her. What a loser. That is ridiculous. Yeah. I just joined. Sorry, can someone recap? I don't know how to recap all that. I'm probably going to make a live in a few days. I don't know if Mother's Day was the right day to do this. And I basically just told them, no. And they were asking about his cards and stuff. Oh, his wallet is at the house or whatever and stuff like that. And I'm like, he was leaving the house. He was trying to get a ride out. You got him an Uber. He obviously grabbed his phone and his wallet. Like, his wallet is not here, and they were asking for it. Oh, you're probably going to use it. I don't want to do it so you can use it. Can I shut it off? Like, I don't need a man for their money. I'm not anyone. What happened? Why did you guys break up? He ended up putting his hands on me. Are your guys' dogs okay? Yes. Did y'all just end things today? No. Dogs are fine.
Oh, so there in the RO, it does say no direct or indirect contact. I will say that. I did get confirmation on that. The RO says no direct or no indirect contact. Nobody is supposed to be getting in touch with Anna on his behalf.
Sorry, I missed the part, so I wanted to ask. I was just explaining how I met Nathan in the beginning of how a relationship started. Was it the first time he put his hands on you? In a domestic way, yes. In an aggressive way, yeah. Sorry, hi. Yeah, that was the only time he put his hands on me. That was the one and only time. Glad you had the strength to leave. Much love to you. Thank you. It was a lot. I have a lot of supportive people in my life who helped me through this.
Anna has another hearing tomorrow.
Has Nathan tried to get back with you? He's been in jail. Did you get the protection order against Janelle after she came over with me? I have the protection order against anyone who's in relations with Nathan.
See, she says there the protective order is like anyone that's related to Nathan. Nobody on his behalf can talk to her.
Janelle came over with me. She came over with me and an officer, yes. Unannounced.
I agree.
I didn't even...
I'm so glad you brought that up. When David brought Kinley over to get his stuff, it was a problem. When Kinley was defending herself, Janelle was like, oh, you can't even be saying anything about me because I have an RO against David. So it's really funny that Janelle has an RO against David, and Kinley saying anything, Janelle has tried to say, you can't say anything about me because there's an RO. And I can have you arrested, or I can have David arrested for violating his RO because you're speaking on his behalf. When really Kinley really wasn't speaking on his behalf. She was actually asking people not to make false reviews on her photography page. And Janelle thought she was talking about her. And she was like, I'm not talking about you. And then it got, it started this back and forth, but it started with Janelle thinking that Kinley was accusing her of something that she was not accusing her of. So it's funny that Janelle says she can have David arrested for being in violation of an RO because Kinley is saying things, but she's not thinking the same thing regarding her popping off to Anna in defense of Nathan.
And now the story of what happened is out there, but I didn't say what happened or make up anything or anything. Janelle's the one who started making up the story and then saying, don't believe anything I'm posting. Well, at that time, I wasn't doing anything. Why did Janelle come to your house? I'm sorry for going through this. And she came over with me and an officer asking about his stuff, asking for me to hand it over to them. Janelle was spreading it like it was tea. She was so proud of herself. The thing that made me upset in the video is not like she got the whole situation wrong and she got my information wrong. It's just, or her sticking her 2 cents in or whatever. It's the fact that in the end of the video, she said, this is what happened to me last night. Right. We get back together. He called me the day after.
AP, that is the $1 million question.
When I read, she said you're jealous of her, I almost fell over laughing. I seriously have no idea where she got that from. The only thing I could think of is the fact Nathan would get drunk or whatever in the beginning of our relationship. Not in the beginning. I don't know. And he would get really drunk and call his wife May, and I didn't like that. Like, you're calling her while you're drinking and stuff, and I find out and I get upset. Like, it's not me being jealous, it's just we're in a relationship and you're calling your wife. It's not jealousy. It has nothing to do with Janelle.
Nathan has a daughter as well.
Janelle's been arrested a million times. Who cares what she says? Me too, how there's a little boy heartbroken and Janelle worrying about who is jealous.
I wish she'd read the comments out loud, like louder, because she's responding to them. She's reading them kind of, and then she's responding to them.
Nathan's mom told her that apparently I think his mom was trying to get Janelle on her side against you, so she said whatever she needs to. I think that's exactly what happened. I think all three of them were all in it. Which is fine. I mean, lean on each other if you have to, but like it's I only have a minute on here.
So according to Janelle, this makes no sense. Janelle said, "Oh, Nathan's mom told me that Anna was jealous of me." And it's like, why would she be jealous of you? Nathan did not talk to you for 2 years. The whole time he was with Anna, he did not even talk to you. So what would there be to be jealous of? He did not talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be one thing if he talked to you or he got drunk and called you like he did with May. And if I'm dating somebody and they start drinking and then I find out they're calling their wife or their husband, who they're telling me, that they want to divorce from, that it was a horrible relationship, but then I find out that they're drinking and then going behind my back and calling them, I'm going to have a problem with that. I would absolutely have a problem with that. What can Anna do legally about this, about Janelle? Well, she can talk to her lawyer, tell her lawyer, and then show the evidence where Janelle said that she showed up at Nathan's direction, and she could potentially, I would think, get an RO against May and Janelle, and Nathan could be found in violation of the RO. Let's look at all the tweets that's been happening. This is over on X. This is Janelle's page. So this was May 11th. So this was yesterday. If you're going to report about me, do it right. She's talking to Anna here. Never said Nathan was innocent. Never gave him a place to stay while the cops were there. I offered him to stay hours before they arrived. Their fight was about her being jealous of me, according to his mom. Let's dissect this a little bit. She's responding to something that Anna said on one of her lives. Never said Nathan was innocent. What Janelle said was they were both at fault. Girl, how do you know? You don't know what happened. And if he jumped on top of her and tried to strangle her, I'd say he's more at fault. You know what I'm saying? Janelle says she never gave Nathan a place to stay while the cops were there. Well, no duh. No duh, you didn't give him a place to stay when the cops were there. I offered him a place to stay hours before they arrived. Now, that's not according to what Janelle's own video says. Janelle's own video over on TikTok, and you can go watch it. She says, after the fight happened, Nathan called her and was like, I need a place to go. Anna's going to call the cops. We got into a fight. And she was like, did you cheat on her? And he was like, no. And she was like, did you hit her? And he was like, no. And so she was like, sure, you can come here. She said she was on the phone with him. And then the Uber pulled up and he went to go to get into the Uber and the cops were there. So he shut the door. She said she was on the phone with him the whole time. She did not make it sound like it was like hours in between him calling her from the time the cops arrested him. She made it sound like it was like maybe 20 minutes, but that's her own story. And the fact that she's gonna like say something different when her video is still up is wild, but that's just Janelle. Janelle will post something on TikTok and then on X say she didn't say it. So that's very much on brand for Janelle. And I also stated they were both at fault. Don't switch this into something that's not. But you don't know if they were both at fault. You listened to Nathan and ran with his story. Here she says their fight was about her being jealous of me, according to his mom. Did you guys imagine? Do you guys really think Nathan, who has not seen or talked to Janelle since the whole time he's been with this girl, you think their fight was over him being jealous of her? And in the video that Janelle said, she said, "Did you cheat on her? Did you hit on her?" He said, "No." He said, "But she thought I was cheating on her. She thought I was cheating on her." Janelle never said in the initial video she thought I was cheating on her with you or she was jealous of you. All of a sudden now this is coming into play. Janelle, nobody's jealous of you. That's one thing that I'm like, I find it funny. Like on TikTok every so often or on Facebook every so often, like I'll make a post about Janelle and somebody will be like, "You're just jealous of her." And I'm like, I got a husband and 6 kids that literally adore me. I'm like a celebrity when I walk in my house, okay? My kids, like, cling to me. They love hanging out with their mom. Like, no, I'm not jealous of her. What? For why? Who? Like, why would anybody be what does Janelle have that anybody would be jealous for? She has not one thing that anybody in their right mind should be jealous over. So it's always like so crazy to me when Janelle tries to say somebody's jealous of her, or when her fans say, "Oh, you're just jealous of her." For what? For what? So let's go back and read some more of her tweets. And if you think for 1 second I wasn't a victim of DV when I was with Nathan, which is another thing that blows my mind. She's now saying, like, yes, I was a victim of DV with Nathan. Then why are you defending him? Then if you went through it, why are you now defending him? He went 2 years without seeing your son. What in the absolute, like, to me, this is literally you are admitting that you are a crappy person. To say, yeah, I was a victim of him as well. He didn't see our kids for 2 years, our kid for 2 years. And now he has attacked his 21-year-old girlfriend. And rather than like standing up and being behind her, I'm going to attack her and bully her. What? She says, I just don't go bragging every time I was in that situation. Definitely wasn't in the gym working out, was laying in bed depressed, and my body was sore. So F off. First off, when you're 21 years old and somebody throws you around a little bit, your body's more equipped to bounce back from that. And Anna, the gym is Anna's like place. That's Anna's therapy, going to the gym. If you have followed Anna, you know she loves going to the gym. Her and her mom go, like her and Nathan went. She's a big gym person. And I'm kind of the same way. Like I'm not a gym buff like she is. My body don't look like hers, but I love going to the gym. The gym is my therapy. So just because she's getting up and going to the gym and she's not laying in the bed depressed does not mean it didn't happen. Happy Mother's Day to me. Waking up being tagged in BS. That's because you're always a part of BS. Heidi says, it's always woe is me. First thing on social media on Mother's Day instead of spending it with your children. Typical Janelle. And then Janelle says, I've been in the pool all day with them. But sure, bet you know when I use the bathroom too. Well, you just fed us a load of shit because you were not in the pool with all 3 of them because one of them was already in Florida with his dad. So, yeah, you took a big one and fed it right to us. Right there. Sorry, I don't usually cuss, but I shouldn't have said that. I'm just coming out today and just going off because she has worked my nerves. The fact that she's like, oh, I'm spending time with my kids, maybe 2 of them. Then she said, girl, you wish I would respond, using my name for clout per usual. Here's the thing. In my opinion of this is, when Anna went live, that first time she went live, had Janelle not gone in her chat, running her mouth, had Janelle not already posted a TikTok video lying about what happened and saying like Anna was at fault in some way, maybe Anna would not ever say your name at this point. And I still feel like she tries not to. Like, I feel like if it was me and my boyfriend did that to me and his ex, who he did the same thing to allegedly, was defending him, his baby mama that he had a kid with that he ain't seen in 2 years, I would read you to filth. Like, I would be on Instagram, sure would be on Instagram, like calling you out for how stupid you were to defend him after everything he's done or not done because he's not been present in your life at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, Anna keeps it classy. Like, she does her little IG lives where she, she'll talk about bare minimum, answer a few questions, but she is not like just going off on Janelle, and I would be. If it was me, I sure would be. Using my name for clout. Girl, you were in Anna's chat. She ain't come over to yours. You was in hers. 9 hours ago, she said, girl, stay out of our business. Yet, Janelle, you were the first one to jump in hers. Co-parenting my son. Co-parenting your son? He ain't seen y'all son in 2 years. How's he co-parenting? He's in jail now. First, you hate Nathan. Then you stick up for his parenting when he admits he's been absent. Where did that happen at? I missed that. And then you go live claiming you hate him again. Then you keep his belongings from his wife and send his dogs to get euthanized, which I don't think that's true. Now, what's so crazy is I feel like Janelle's talking about herself. First, you hate David. Then you stick up for his parenting when his other baby mama refuses to let him see his son, Caden. Then you make a video talking about you hate him again. Like, Janelle, this is you. You're literally talking about you. You hate David. Then you defend him. Then you hate him. Then you defend him. And Ava there was no reason for Anna, not Ava, Anna to give anything of Nathan's to May. They were not together. Why would Anna give anything to May? And according to Anna, she's like, they wanted his phone and his wallet. Like, it ain't here. He was on the phone when the cops showed up. He was leaving, so he had his wallet. Like, those things are not even here. Duh. Why keep Nathan's belongings if he hurt you and you hate him? You said he can come get them for me when he gets out of jail. You have a lot of growing up to do. For Janelle to tell someone they have a lot of growing up to do when Janelle is like 30 something and she still acts like a 14-year-old is like the irony in that. The irony in Janelle to tell someone else to grow up. Like, first off, she can keep Nathan's belongings because she don't have to give them to y'all. I'm sure if Doris called her and said, hey, I'm going to come over and get his things, she would probably be like, okay. But she owes y'all nothing. She does not have to hand over one thing of Nathan's to his wife and his ex, who he had no relationship with until this happened. And now those two people are attacking her. I wouldn't hand over nothing to them either. Now, if his mom called me, I might well be like, okay, sure, yeah, come get his things. But not his ex, who literally, as soon as everything popped off, posted a TikTok video blaming me and lying on me. You're getting nothing. His wife, nothing. Sorry, I don't know you. And why would his wife want those things after what he did to her? You said he can come get. If he hurt you and you hate him, why you want to keep his things, whatever. Janelle, didn't you keep David's things? Not that I'm not a friend of David. But when David showed up to your house trying to get some of his things, weren't you like, no? You know what I'm saying? You said he can come get them for me when he gets out of jail. Yeah, in like 4 years, when he gets out of jail, then he can get them. I'm glad you got his belongings, says Sarah Greenwell. We didn't get them. She kept everything. Yeah, because it's not yours. Get a life. Good Lord, you're too old to act like this. If you put this kind of energy into your kids, they'd actually be happy and healthy. Don't bother claiming they are or saying nobody knows. You're the only one that doesn't know. And then Janelle says, then maybe she shouldn't be mentioning me every week on IG Live. Just a thought. Girl, you mentioned her first. So now you get what she puts out. Oh my God, why does she keep his stuff if she hates him? Janelle says, go ask her. I have no idea. Well, Sarah, because she has no obligation to give it to Janelle, who's been attacking her online. Would you do that, Sarah Greenwell? Would you give somebody like your boyfriend, now ex-boyfriend stuff to somebody that's attacking you online? If you would, that's great, but she don't have to. Why does Nathan need any of his belongings when he's going to be in jail for a while? Exactly. Because his wife, who he hasn't had anything to do with in 7 months, wanted them. And this is the part that's going to get Nathan in trouble. And Janelle's too stupid to realize. And Nathan told her to go get them. I gave her a ride. Why keep them? The fact that this doesn't compute for Janelle, hey, why would she give the things to us? The fact that she doesn't understand that, Janelle, if you okay, if after Janelle put David out, after she put him out, right? Say he would have been arrested for what he did to Jace. Say that would have his arrest would have come after that. And Janelle was done with him, mad at him. If Kenley showed up at Janelle's house and was like, give me David's things, I'm sure Janelle would be like, hell no. Like, this was the guy that she dated since November. He was living with her. He had not talked to you, Janelle, in a long time, had not talked to May except behind her back every so often. So it makes no sense for this girl to be like, oh, yeah, sure, here's his things. Absolutely, you can take them. I don't know why the wife is defending him. Apparently, Janelle and May are buddies now. But right here, the fact that Janelle says Nathan told May to go to Anna's house to get his things, that right there, from my understanding and the stipulations of that RO, puts Nathan in violation. Nathan telling anyone to go to Anna's house on his behalf to get anything from Anna is violating that RO. And then there she's talking to the Ashley about there was no court case for custody last week, blah, 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 blah. And here's dirty feet right there. Y'all see that dirty foot? Look at that dirty foot. Anyways, yeah, 21 years old, and Janelle just wanted to check that phone probably. Could you imagine? Like, and I'm sure he's got his phone. He was trying to leave. He literally, Janelle said it, like he opened the door and was about to go out, but saw the police and shut the door. So did he like throw his phone and take his wallet out and throw it? Like, no, I'm sure he has that, but he's probably so drunk, maybe he don't remember. Funny, she used to talk about Kenley all the time and now goes in Anna's lives, yet she's the victim. Exactly. And what's so crazy, she's told Kenley before, like, you have no business to talk about my life. You don't know anything. Stop talking about my life. But yet she is talking. And I feel like Kenley may actually know a little bit about your life because she's with David, who can tell her a lot. However, you know nothing about Anna because Nathan is in jail. They were together for like 7 months, but he's in jail. So it's not like he's living with you, filling you in all about Anna. David's living with Kenley, can tell her all about the years he was married to you, whereas Nathan was with Anna for a few months, and it's not like he's living with you, giving you all these details about so much to do with her. Like, yeah, you may get calls from him, but like, do you really know what went on between them? Probably not. She did look stunning in those photos. Yeah, that person has a point. You can't have a phone or a wallet in jail, so what's the rush about getting those things unless he just prefers someone else to hold them? Anna says she doesn't have them. So exactly. And maybe he was too drunk to remember getting checked in. But I bet she's filling up his commissary account probably. Well, I got screenshots of all of it in case Janelle deletes it and Anna needs it. I got you, girl. But if I was Anna, I would have already contacted my lawyer and said, listen, they showed up at my house. Jason's 15. He will be 16 in August. I would say they showed up at my house. And she literally put on X that they showed up at my house because they were directed to by Nathan. Is this a violation? Can I send you the screenshots? What can we do about this? I really hope she gets an RO against Janelle so Janelle cannot speak on her. I would love if Anna got an RO against Janelle that shuts Janelle up. I did not see that. Wait, who's Safe Nest? Who's Safe Nest? That's not the Oh, is that the place that she was at? Oh, is that where she met Farrah and Ashley for that lunch? Oh yeah, I feel like Janelle sending Jace to go live with his dad, and I think David's probably going to have a pretty good case for Jace being like a delinquent and hard to handle, and he is, from my understanding, but it doesn't mean you strangle him. Oh, let me read the Casey Two Dogs. Let me read the beginning of that. Where's the beginning? Okay. I don't get any of this at all. Janelle hasn't spoken to Nathan in forever. Little tidbits here and there. All of a sudden, She's going on teaming up with his soon-to-be ex-wife. I know, it's really weird. Really weird. I think she just loves that he called her, so she's automatically like Team Nathan. Responded to Rue, gave her the facts about how dog shelters work, never got one reply. Rue played it out, very much blaming Anna. Yeah, Rue also was like, I heard Anna got arrested too. Can somebody check into that? And Anna was not arrested. So it was to raise money for DV victims. Got you. So yeah. So, anyways, you guys, I don't know. I think Janelle really should just like worry about like her kids and get away from the drama. You're like in your 30s. Like you are in your 30s. If I hate kids running away, like this is what I do for work. So yes, I still be involved in this. But like I'm not about to be like attacking my ex's ex to defend him when I know he's a crappy ex. Like it ain't worth my time. Heck no. You know what I'm saying? Especially if like I got so much trouble going on in my house. Yeah, let me tell you, I posted Marissa's prom pictures on Facebook. And yesterday was a full day, long day. Woke up early, went to church. It was a really good service. And then we went to my sister's house for Mother's Day. And then we came home, hung out. And then later that evening, we went to the gym. Well, we brought not my oldest, but um, so we brought three of the kids with us, right? My two youngest and one of the middle ones. So my two youngest got on machines beside me because our gym is like really good. If you talk to them, they'll tell you like as long as nobody's here, there's not a lot of people here, they can go in that room and do whatever they want. Um, and as long as there's not a lot of people here, they can come out and do machines with y'all. Just make sure they're not playing on them and they're actually using them the way that you're supposed to. So last night, I don't know, like 8:39, I don't know what time it was. I am in the gym and I'm on the elliptical. My son is on the treadmill beside me. My daughter's on like a little elliptical beside me. And even at the gym I work, I have 6 kids, a husband, a dog. I work in the bathtub. I work when I'm peeing. You know, like I'm constantly posting on Instagram or Facebook or reading something to talk about here. Oh, thank you, Casey Two Dogs. Thank you so much. Loves and hugs. Elle. It's exhausting. And oh my God, happy blood. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I always don't know if I should say Happy Mother's Day back because some of y'all don't know if y'all got kids. But if you do, I hope you had a happy Mother's Day. I'm trying to think because some of y'all, I feel like I do know, but I just may not remember. Anybody that has kids, I hope you guys had a great Mother's Day. Thank you, Casey. Thank you so much. I know you're a dog mom, so I do know that. But y'all, I work, and sometimes when I'm working, I have a million things going on in my head. Like, oh, I got to send the check out for taxes. Oh, I got to pay this today. Oh, Eli's got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Oh, Eli's got a game Friday. Oh, Coco's got graduation. So like so last night, like the kids were with me at the gym. After a little while, Sean went to bring them home so they could get started getting ready for school. And I stayed back for a little bit to finish working out. So the last thing that I do is the last thing I did last night was these leg lift things where I stand on this thing and I raise my legs up, right? And I do 3 reps of 20. So, anyways, I do the first rep and I was like, you know what? I have those pictures of Marissa I need to post on Facebook. So yeah, I'll put it up in just a little bit, Shannon. So I go to the pictures, I post them, and while I'm thinking, and after this, I have videos of Anna I need to watch. I have videos of Amber Portwood I need to watch. Sister Wives comes on. I need to catch up on it. Like I'm having all these things in my head. I want to get home and get to bed early because I need to get up early in the morning because I know Tuesday I'm going to have to take off early. I know Friday I'm going to, so all these things going in my head. I'm like, let me post the pictures of Marissa. And I knew from the time I saw those photos of Marissa that I was going to share with them. And I knew I wanted to just like highlight how much she went through because I think it is, I think it's an injustice to just post the photos and be like, oh, beautiful photos. I can't look at a picture of Marissa. I cannot look at a TikTok of her and not think about what she went through. I just can't, So like, I saw those TikTok, those prom pictures, and she's just so beautiful. And every TikTok that she puts up, she's just so beautiful, and she's just so smart. And the way that she's handled this has just been with so much grace. And when it comes to her and Janelle, you would think that Marissa's the 30-year-old, how she responds versus Janelle. Like Janelle acts like the kid and Marissa acts like the adult in the way that she handles things. So, anyways, I post the pictures and I typed up something like, Marissa's prom picture, she looks beautiful after years of dealing with Janelle, after Janelle just like, ignoring her and embarrassing her with OnlyFans photos and, Marissa being exposed to like the fighting between David and Janelle, like Janelle kicking her out at 16, like thank God she had somewhere to go, and I'm like, praise God that she came through the other side. I wish I would have screenshot everything that I did right, but apparently I didn't like call David out that much, and it wasn't intentional. It was just I want to post these pictures really quickly. I have to just like highlight how much she went through because I just feel like it's doing an injustice to like how she came out on the other side, right? So I did that and post it, and then I upload a video of Amber Portwood on a TikTok live the other night into my editing app, and I put it on the ground and I start working out. And I finish my rep. I go home watching it, editing some of these clips of Amber, jump in the bath, still watching like this video of Amber. Today I wake up and when I get out here, I go to my Facebook and I see like all these comments like Janelle, Elle, I usually like agree with everything that you post, but like this is like crazy. Like you're calling Janelle out, but you're not calling David out at all. Like what is going on? And I'm just like, I didn't. Like I didn't call David out. Like so I go back and read it and I was like, oh wow, like yeah, that was really that was definitely because I was just trying to hurry up and get posted and had a million things going on in my head at the time. I just wasn't like really taking in what I was posting and like retaining it. It was like as soon as I put it out, like I wasn't retaining and keeping it like logged, like what I was saying to know, like, okay, you got to make sure you like call David out too, because David's the worst of the worst when it comes to like how Marissa was raised, right? Because that is her dad. And Janelle, yes, she mistreated Marissa and she said Marissa was jealous of her and she ignored Marissa and she embarrassed Marissa with OnlyFans. David did as well. But David was her dad at the end of the day. And the second David saw that Janelle was the type of stepmom that she was going to mistreat Marissa, he just left. Like it was his job to protect her, right? So, anyways, like I had to change the post because I was like, wow, like I mean, a lot of people was like, "Oh, wow, like you're kind of wrong with this post because you just like blame Janelle with everything and didn't blame David at all." And I was like, "Dude, anybody that follows me knows I'm not a fan of David, and I definitely hold him even more responsible." It just didn't in the moment of me like trying to hurry up and get the pictures out and just highlight what she ever came. It just didn't, I just didn't do it. And when I read it today, I was like, "Wow, I probably." If I would have read this on anybody else's page, I probably would have been like, girl, what the hell? So I did try to respond to people and was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like it was just in the moment, a lot going on. Just hurry up and got it up and sorry. But I did go back and I tried to edit it to where it made more sense. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, I really don't know. Like I know he has struggled with addiction, but I don't know where he's at today. I don't know if he's sober. I don't know how Andrew is doing. It's a DV shelter for moms, and kids. Janelle showed up with Farrah. People were so upset Janelle was there after all her DV past as well as shaming Anna. They had to apologize to the public. Wow. Text me. Text me. I'm going to do a video on that. Text me what you know about that. Okay, let me give you Anna's. This is Anna right here. And then I have to end this. I'm going for over an hour. It's 4NG13. Right there. 4NG13 period 00. Right. Absolutely, Jessica. Absolutely. But anyways, you guys, leave me your thoughts in the comment section below about the way Janelle, what do you guys think about the way that she's handling this situation, the way she's so involved with it, despite the fact that like Nathan has not been in their life for like 2 years. And all of a sudden, she's defending Nathan. Makes no sense. Thank you, Jay. You know, at times like that, when I see people like, I'm like, I get asked all the time, like, how do you do it with 6 kids? And it's like, it's not easy, and I do make mistakes. Half the time, my head has so much going through it. Like, I have a calendar here that has like a million things. You guys, my calendar is like, I mean, I probably don't need to show my calendar because it's got so much like, I mean, like to keep up with like things like, I mean, literally like, you know what I'm saying? My calendar to keep like my son Dakota, Eli has his thing tomorrow evening. I don't want to show it because it's like my kids' name, doctors they go to or whatever. But like Eli has scheduling tomorrow. Last week I had a doctor's appointment on Tuesday. Caden had his graduation pictures at 8:30 that morning. Wednesday we have baccalaureate at 6. Thursday, oh, and Monday I had to take my dad somewhere. Or no, it was Tuesday. And then Thursday they had their last practice. Friday he graduated. Tuesday doctor's appointment. Thursday Dakota has a program at 12:30. Friday Eli has his first spring game. Like there, it's just like so sometimes I just may flop. I do apologize. Sometimes I just may flop. I may get on here and say somebody's name wrong. I may get on here and read something wrong. Like, you know, I just try to do the best that I can, you know. Anyways, oh no, Caroline, I'm sorry. You're not getting notifications. Unsubscribe and resubscribe and see if that'll help. Sometimes that'll help. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out. I'm just dumbfounded by Janelle. Dumbfounded by Janelle. You guys leave me your thoughts. Like, share. Our top buy instead of bio. Yeah, shenanigans. Somebody commented and was like, what does it matter if his dad's bi? And I'm like, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Clearly I'm at bio, you know. But anyways, thumbs up on the way out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everyone.